My name is Adekunle. I'm a Nigerian national.
Yes.
I think it's high time I sent a message to the ANC top cadres and the ANC leaders because I don't seem to be able to communicate with ordinary South African citizens. I'm speaking to people like Cyril Ramaphosa, Paul Mashatile, Gwede Mantashe, and Razmataz himself, Fikile Mbalula. I am telling you that you need to do something about Operation Dudula. We can no longer tolerate the harassment of African nationals in South Africa. Because South Africans are in other countries and they are not being harassed.
Why is that?
I know that you're afraid as the African National Congress that if you do something about xenophobia and you say anything about it, you will lose votes because the bulk of the voters might be xenophobic. But as you are supporting Gaza and you are opposing the genocide of Gaza and Gaza citizens, you should also stand against the genocide of Black Africans in South Africa. You can't claim to have the most liberal constitution and say there's healthcare for all, and on ground you have a vigilante organization that is chasing people away from medical care and causing them to die. South Africa, you are not isolated when it comes to having migrants. There are more than 30 million migrants in Nigeria. I repeat, there are more than 30 million migrants in Nigeria. And you don't see us refusing them healthcare. So I'm speaking to Cyril Ramaphosa, Paul Mashatile, Fikile Mbalula, and Gwede Mantashe. And I'm adding the leader of EFF to
Of
it.
course.
Please do something about Dudula. We don't want to start giving South Africans the same energy that they are giving us in South Africa. We are more than that. We are Nigerians. We don't do that. We don't do that to African brothers.
Kosiam. So, guys, this is what we have to deal with as South Africans. You have this guy that has the audacity to say that there's a genocide of African people in this country. This is an insult that we are expected to take lying down as South Africans. That there's a genocide of African people in this country. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. So this is one of those countries that you can just get in and be given the healthcare, being provided with shelter and security. And what this guy is failing to understand is that the very same South Africans that he's calling xenophobic are the same South Africans that are paying for everything that they are enjoying in this country. This is what many of these people seems to forget. They seem to forget that the healthcare that they enjoy in this country is paid for by South Africans. The security, the shelter that they are getting in this country is paid for by South Africans. And when some of these people commit crimes in this country, South Africans still have to take care of these people by feeding them in jail. And this guy has the audacity to say that there's a genocide of African people in this country. If there's a genocide of African people in this country, why are illegal immigrants fighting so hard to be in this country? Because they should be running. They should be running. But we are being insulted in this country. And this is a privilege that these people have. The mainstream media has actually made it possible for these people to go online and insult the South Africans. So we know that the mainstream media has giving these people plenty of airtime to insult South Africans, the same South Africans that are paying for everything that they enjoy in this country. So what are we expected to say as South Africans when videos like this come out? What are we expected to say? To say nothing. Because if we dare say something, that useless South African Human Rights Commission is going to come out with the statements. But you will never see them releasing any statements when South Africans are insulted like this. This is insane. For this guy to actually have the audacity to go on social media and say that there's a genocide of African people in this country, when South Africans are actually affording these people the best life that they are not even enjoying in their own country. Some of the things that these people are demanding in this country, they don't have the cojones to demand these things in their own countries. These people, they have the audacity to protest in this country. They have the audacity to fight the police. But they will never do that in Nigeria. This guy will never fight the police in Nigeria. He will never release the video in Nigeria and accuse the Nigerian government of actually allowing a group that has been killing people to exist. He will never do that. But they can do this in this country because they know there are no consequences for anything. And especially when it comes to them, they now realize that we are being protected. We are being protected. So what are we supposed to say as South Africans, guys? What are we supposed to say? Because I think it was yesterday, I actually saw an article, man, and this article speaks about Zanu-PF. And Zanu-PF apparently also has the same problems that the Mr. Nigerian is having with Operation Dudula. Zanu-PF is not happy about the work of Operation Dudula, and now they are accusing Operation Dudula of being used by colonial masters. Why is Zanu-PF pissed off with the idea of Zimbabweans coming back home? This is a political party that is governing Zimbabwe with an iron fist, of course. It is pissed off with the thought of Zimbabweans coming back home. They don't want Zimbabweans to come back home. Zanu-PF is totally fine with Zimbabweans being the international offense that they are. Zanu-PF is totally fine with that. They don't see anything wrong with the fact that their people, their own people, are scattered all over the world. And those people, they are scattered all over the world because of them, because of how they've been governing that country. They don't have any problem with that. But now, the same Zanu-PF, instead of calling for Zimbabweans to come back home so that they can fix their own country, no, Zanu-PF says that, no, we need to attack this organization in South Africa that has been working hard for the people of this country, protecting the resources of South Africans. We have to release a statement, and this is what they are saying. The Zanu-PF's director of information has accused Operation Dudula of being used by former colonial masters to fight other Africans. This is after the movement has been blocking access for illegal immigrants at South African healthcare facilities. There are approximately 1 million Zimbabweans working in South Africa. This is a lie. Groups like Operation Dudula claim illegal immigrants are a burden to South Africa's services, but President Ramaphosa has visited Harare recently and the matter was not discussed. Of course, Ramaphosa would not discuss this matter. And this tells you everything that you need to know about the kind of a president that Ramaphosa is. The fact that Cyril has never had a conversation with his friends to say that, guys, South Africans are not having it. South Africans are overburdened by your people. When are you taking your people back? It's either you do that or I deport these people. I mean, if I was the president of this country, this is a conversation that I would have with Mnangagwa. That I'm giving you 2 months to take back all your people. If you don't take back all your people in 2 months, then I'm deporting all of these people. I'm shoving these people down your throats. But this is not a conversation that Ramaphosa is having with his friends. You remember that Ramaphosa went to Zimbabwe recently, and when he got there, he started to tell the people that South Africa wants to be like Zimbabwe. We actually envy how they dealt with the matter of the land, and this is a lesson that we should apply back here at home. instead of speaking with Mnangagwa about the number of Zimbabweans that are in this country and how are they going to make sure that these people come back home? How are they going to better their country so that Zimbabweans can stop being the international orphans? Ramaphosa was busy telling Zimbabweans that South Africa, we want to be like you. We want to be like you. This is the kind of a president that we have in this country, man. Like oh my goodness, I cannot wait for Ramaphosa to leave. Like Ramaphosa, like I'm totally fed up with him, man. Like I am befolk of Ramaphosa. I am befolk. I'm befolk. Like this is a case. This is a case that is refusing to end. Ramaphosa needs to go. Like this guy. Honestly. So now Zanu-PF says that they don't want their people to come back home. They don't want their people to come back home. But then Operation Dudula has responded to Zanu-PF to say, we are not going to be told by you guys what to do in this country. You have failed your own country. Your people are all over the world because you guys have failed your own country. Zimbabweans cannot even stand you. And somehow you think you have the right to have a word about what is happening in this country. We are going to protect our country. This country does not belong to the ANC. This country does not belong to Ramaphosa. This country, it is our country, and we are going to do what is best for it.
And thank you so much for your time. What is your reaction to the Zanu-PF accusations?
Good afternoon, Norman, and to the viewers at home. Thank you so much for having us today. Norman, just before we continue, can we correct the narrative? We are not anti-immigrants. We are anti-illegal migrants in the country. Now,
and guys, to be honest, there's absolutely no way that anybody in this world can accuse the South Africans of being anti-migrants. Nobody. I'm saying this because when you look at South Africa, man, this is one of the arguments that I've made for a very long time, that I believe that South Africa is the most diverse country in the world. I honestly believe that we are the most diverse country in the world. We have everybody here. We have the Asians here. We have the Muslims here. We have the Arabs. We have everybody in this country. We have African migrants. We have people coming from all over the world. And these people are living comfortably in this country. They are living comfortably in this country. So this narrative that has been peddled that, no, South Africans, they hate the foreigners. No, in this country, they hate the foreigners. How can we hate the foreigners when we have the most diverse country in the world? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. South Africans, they don't hate the foreigners. South Africans, they hate the people that are coming in this country illegally. And somehow, it seems like it is a problem for these people when they are being told that we don't have a problem with you coming in the country, but can you please come in the country legally? Get your papers so that you can be a productive member of a society. This is the only thing that South Africans are asking for. But somehow, it seems like a problem. It seems like a problem to a lot of these people that are going all over the place insulting South Africans. It seems like it is a problem when South Africans simply say that, guys, we don't have a problem with you coming to live in this country. This world is big enough for all of us. But we want you to come in this country legally. Because when you are in this country illegally, you are prone to crime. And even when you commit crime, we cannot even get hold of you because you cannot be identified. Why is it a problem? Why is it even a problem? Even to that useless South African Human Rights Commission, why is that a problem? South Africans calling for people to come in the country illegally. Why is it a problem? Because as soon as South Africans say that, you will see South African Human Rights Commission, they will go out, they will release the statements, they will condemn South Africans for simply saying that we want the people to come in the country illegally. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. And I must say that I enjoyed this response from Operation Dudula straight to the offices of Zanu-PF in Harare.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for your time. What is your reaction to the Zanu-PF accusations?
Good afternoon, Norman, and to the viewers at home. Thank you so much for having us today. Norman, just before we continue, can we correct the narrative? We are not anti-immigrants. We are anti-illegal migrants in the country. Now, we will not be dictated by foreigners on how to run our country. We are guided by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Zimbabweans feel they are too entitled in our country. I'm listening to Farai telling, having unfounded allegations that we are founded by former colonizers. How can we be funded by them when we are fighting that foreigners must leave our country? Because the very same former colonizers are the ones that are using foreigners for cheap labor. So, they must stop with these allegations. And he's talking about us fighting for crumbs. Why are we not owning bakeries? That's exactly what we want to do in our country. Hence, we are saying that illegal migrants must go home and fix their countries. I mean, Zanu-PF has been voted out, but they're still continuing to bully the people in that country. Zimbabweans are flocking in South Africa in millions. It's a lie that there's only 1 million Zimbabweans here in South Africa. I mean, we are on the ground, we are on the streets, we know what's happening in the employment.
And guys, how can Zanu-PF say there are only 1 million Zimbabweans in this country, whereas the ANC doesn't know the number of Zimbabweans in this country? Or it's either that or the comrades, the ANC comrades actually believe the numbers that are coming from Zanu-PF, that there's only 1 million Zimbabweans in this country. Where did they get that figure, guys? Where is the paper to actually prove what these people are talking about? I find it quite strange, man. It's strange.
Sectors, they are all over. So they must not lie to us and say there's only 1 million Zimbabweans in South Africa. There's way more than that. And, the relationship of Zanu-PF and ANC is going to be a problem to us because we can see that South Africa is going...
It is not going to be a problem. It is already a problem. The relationship of Zanu-PF and the ANC, it is a problem. It has been costing South Africans a lot of money. It has already cost the South Africans a lot of money. It is a problem.
Zimbabweans in South Africa, there's way more than that. And, the relationship of Zanu-PF and ANC is going to be a problem to us because we can see that South Africa is going to become the next Zimbabwe if the likes of us, Operation Dudula, and our like-minded organization are not taking a stance to say that we are going to protect what is for South Africans. We are just merely fighting for a prioritization of, South Africans. And yes, in healthcare facilities, we are saying that that is medical attention, then they need to go pay for it. They need to go to private facilities and pay for the services that they are getting. I mean, I'm looking at Zimbabwe and the situation right now. They actually chased away these colonizers. That's the same reason why there's a big problem. Now they're running away from their problems, and we would like to give Zimbabweans, and advise that they need to form their own Operation Dudula and fight Zanu-PF, because Zanu-PF is a problem to the people of Zimbabwe, hence they're running away from their own country. Now, they cannot be telling us that we are all Africans, as Zimbabweans have a right to be admitted in all health care facilities in the continent. I mean, when our own Premier of Limpopo, Bobi Ramathuba, went to go and fetch one of our own South African who was sick and was not attended to because he did not have funds to pay for the medical bills. It cannot be correct that here in South Africa it's a free for all. They need to come here and receive free medical attention when we are paying in their own countries. So it's a two-way stream. If we are paying that side, they also need to pay here. But we are guided by the Constitution and the immigration laws. which states very clear that when you come to this country, you must be documented. And if you are here to work, you must have a correct visa. If you're working, you must have a work visa. If you are here to study, you must have a study visa, and that will come with your medical certificate, meaning that you will be able to pay for your medical treatment.
Oh, guys, it's Monday, but we are already dealing with a lot. It's Monday, but we are already dealing a lot. And I don't know what Zanu-PF thinks this message is sending. Because to me, it says that you people hate your own people so much that you would fight anything so that your people cannot come back home. This is how much Zanu-PF hates their own people. They don't even want the Zimbabweans to go back home. So, guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts about Mr. Nigerian who is ordering the ANC to do something about Operation Dudula and xenophobic South Africans and these latest attacks on Operation Dudula by Zanu-PF? What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.